Hello and welcome guys, Happiness HD here. Today we're going to do something totally different, but is on Black Ops. It's on the Black Ops story, the zombie story. Some of you might know, some of you might not know. Either way, I'm just going to read it out. This is going to be like a... well, it's just going to be made up in several different videos, different parts, but I hope you lot really enjoy it. Right, so back at the start of the 20th century, something happened that would leave the world to never be the same place again. The date was June the 30th, 1908. Over Tunguska, Russia, a meteor broke through the atmosphere and exploded just kilometers above the Earth's surface. The explosion erupted at over 10 megatons force, which is 1,000 times as powerful as the Hiroshima bomb. It was estimated on the Richter scale that would measure 5.0 in the surrounding area. Over 830 miles of trees were flattened. Fragments of the meteor scattered miles apart. This gargantuan event was known as the Tunguska explosion. A fragment of the meteor landed in Imperial Japan. So soon after the explosion, officials arrived at the scene to find a rock lying in the swamp, with thick red veins through it around this meteor fragment. The Russia Sun facility was built, named after Japan's flag, which studied the rock for years. They discovered that it was from a normal rock. It contained element 115. Element 115 is known scientifically as Union Pentium, and called 115 after its atomic number on the periodic table. The Union Pentium is the temporary name of a synthetic super-heavy element in the periodic table that has the temporary symbol UUP and has the atomic number of 115. As stated on the note at De Vries, it is true Union Pentium can be created by bombarded americium 243 with calcium 48 ions to produce 4 atoms of Union Pentium. But one thing that has failed to be mentioned here is its powerful radiation, which can be reanimated dead cells or be harnessed. Sorry, I've got shit reading skills. Harnessed to power extreme vehicles or weapons. That's how they made the Wonder Waffle. The Japanese had discovered this. They begun to conduct tests to unlock its secrets. Their first success was successfully using the 115 to power up a zip line that could go back and forth between the doctor's quarters. After they learned how to use a very small amount of the element and transfer its power into an energy they could use, after this they began to work on a weapon known as the ray gun. The ray gun was a small red pistol-looking weapon. Its front broke open like a breakaway revolver MP412, and its battery charger could be swapped through this. Its sights were mounted by a set of rings and a neat sight barrel tip on the muzzle cone. Despite its appearance as a toy, it was a powerful weapon, using microwave technology. It was able to emit blasts of plasma energy between 220 and 230 volts, except it created a considerable amount of splash damage when fired, which was dangerous to the user in close quarters combat. But nonetheless, force to be reckoned with. The Japanese remained the supreme holders of the knowledge of the Union Pentium until the Germans came. Back before the Tripartite Act in the early 40s, official unity Italy, Japan and Germany, uniting Italy, Japan and Germany as the Axis powers. There were negotiations beforehand of this, and the Germans worked with their Japanese allies and were given access to their special weapons research. Here at the Rising Sun facility, Germans discovered Union Pentium was their weapon presented to them. The Germans were astounded by what the Japanese had accomplished with just an element founded in a space rock. They seized the ray gun designed and brought them back to Germany. Which little question, the Third Reich agreed that the research must begin immediately, since new weapons were almost necessity. In this early wartime, they called for the creation of the Organization of Scientists to research this element. This organization was Group 935. Group 935 would become the core of the German Wunderwaffe program. The Wunderwaffe program was a series of projects under the Third Reich which were for research to create powerful new wonder weapons for the military. Group 935 started as a part of Project Rise, being built in the same land as the Lower Silesia, Breslau and Poland as the project was being built in. Project Rise was a project, its goal to complete several underground military complexes in the newly conquered ground in Poland. These tunnels were mainly built as underground connections back to the DeRise facility. DeRise was the original and the main headquarters for Group 935 projects. It was the rebirth of it all. So, it was originally... Oh god, my computer switched off. Or has it? No, it's fine. That was just me. Damn. It was originally deemed the DeRise Waffenfabrik, the giant weapons factory. Invented to here, the Group 935 were any scientist from around the world willing to help the cause of improving the human condition. But along with this came the price, absolute necessary, for they could no longer contact anyone outside the group. Not their nations, not even their loved ones. Not the only person in the group allowed to contact the outside was Dr. Maxis and his secretary Sophia, by means and sending progress reports to the leaders of the Third Reich. Dr. Ludwig Maxis was the chosen leader of Group 935, a magnificent scientist and powerful leader, a perfect choice to lead scientists into the new age of scientific discovery. The group symbol is rather distinct and representative of their purpose. It shows an atom being gasped by a man's hand with a gear as a border, with 935 at the centre, showing mankind becoming the masters of science and technology, with the workhorse of Group 935 at the centre of this movement. It's a rather powerful statement indeed. On DeRise opening day, sometime around 1938 to 1939, all of the scientists were welcomed into the group and condensed into the main courtyard, and Dr. Maxis came over to the intercom and read this message to all the new members. Gentlemen, right, let me read this again. Gentlemen, allow me to take this opportunity to welcome you into Group 935, which is the prestigious moment in the history of our race for you, representing the future of technology advancement. You are the pioneers of human discovery. In your hands lies the destiny of mankind. In our hands is a great power, and with that power comes a price. You have volunteered to be part of this great experiment, and with that decision comes a responsibility of absolute secrecy. No one is to know what you do, where you work, or our research has discovered, or what our purpose will be. You will have no further contact with your governments or your families. Your decision to fully dedicate your life to Group 935 is absolute. In your lockers, you will find your Field Ops manual, which will direct you should our manifest get compromised. We cannot afford to let this power fall into the wrong hands, and therefore the Field Ops manual should be considered your Bible. Make it preparations now, and our dawn is beginning for mankind. And here is the picture of the Field Ops manual. So really, that's it, guys. There will be more to come, don't worry. I haven't finished yet. My mouth's a bit dry, so this is part 1, guys, and I'll see you later.